What happened? What happened on board the last cruise ship still at sea? In January 2020, the gigantesque Costa Deliziosa cruise ship slipped its moorings in the Italian city of Venice and headed out into the Adriatic Sea on an around-the-world voyage. Around 2,000 passengers were on board for what they hoped would be the trip of a lifetime. The Deliziosa's experienced crew, captained by veteran seafarer Nicolò Alba, looked ahead to a long journey. They knew they would be working hard to keep guests happy as they traversed the world's oceans, but they weren't expecting it to be that different from the many other excursions they would completed. Instead, as the coronavirus pandemic spread, the Deliziosa was unwittingly sailed into history. When it set off on its trip, the 965 feet long vessel was among thousands of cruise ships plying the world's oceans. By the time the Deliziosa arrived back to Italy this week, it was at least cruise ship still at sea carrying significant numbers for passengers. Those on board who completed the voyage have been revealing what it was like to cruise around the planet while the world descended into crisis. As destination after destination was struck from their itinerary, amid mounting fears the virus would climb aboard and wreak havoc. For the first few weeks, it was business as usual. Passengers enjoyed destinations from Barcelona to Barbados, lapping up the sunshine, the onboard entertainment, and the novelty of visiting new places on the world map. Among them was Diana Lindberg, a retired business analyst from Texas who had been planning her trip since 2018. Also on board, retired journalist Carlos Paya and his wife Yolanda Paya from Valencia, Spain, had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 3 years earlier and had decided to seize the moment and embark on a long-dreamed-of cruise. Stops in South America and the Pacific followed. Lindbergh loaded her Facebook page with shots of the Easter Island statues and snippets of life on board the ship. Carlos and Yolanda Paya enjoyed exploring the historic center of Lima in Peru. Then, as the ship cruised into February, COVID-19 began to stalk the voyage, worrying headlines out of Asia, including the controversial quarantining of a ship full of passengers, the Diamond Princess, in Japan, began the heightened concerns, prompting a revision of the Deliziosa's itinerary to avoid the region. Many passengers were disappointed, but Lindbergh didn't mind. The new trajectory promised stops in the Maldives, Seychelles, and Mauritius. Almost all new ports for me, and I absolutely do not want to be quarantined in a 9-side cabin. I hope the new cases starts drastically going down, she wrote on Facebook on 22 February. Paya says he was saddened to miss out on planned stopovers in Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. He was concerned about reports of the virus impact in China, but ultimately he was confident the new route would keep the Deliziosa safe.